November 1995, and the Kelvin Halls in Glasgow witnessed a classic battle of the little big men. Scotland's Paul Weir defending his WBO light flyweight championship against the popular South African baby Jake Matlala. The challenger, no stranger to Scotland. The former world flyweight champion had been a winner north of the border 2 years earlier when he'd stopped Pat Clinton. But having lost that title, he was moving down a weight in a bid to become world champion again. At 4 foot 10 inches tall, Matlala was reckoned to be the smallest professional boxer in the world, but he packed plenty of power, and many ringside experts had him as the pre-fight favourite. Weir from Irvine on the west coast of Scotland was coming off a good win against Renato Magramo 7 months earlier. Still almost a novice, he'd had his first world title fight in only his 6th contest. By this stage of his career, he was already used to being centre stage. But despite the advantage of a passionate home crowd, fired up by a wave of patriotic emotion, this would be a severe test for the champion. Victory would confirm him as one of the world's premier fighters at his weight. Our ringside commentators are David Brenner and former Matlala victim Pat Clinton, and the MC is Alan Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a light flyweight contest with a match made at 7 stone 10 pounds over 12 rounds, each of 3 minutes duration, for the WBO Light Flyweight Championship of the World. Your judges at ringside, Roy Francis of England, Nelson Vasquez and Cesar Ramos of Puerto Rico. Your WBO supervisor in charge is Gerald Paxton Woolard, your timekeeper Jim Russell, and when the bell rings and the action begins, the man in charge is Wiso Fernandez of Puerto Rico. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the big fight on ITV? Presenting and introducing to you the boxers. First in the red corner with the red and the white shorts. 42 wins and 2 draws from 54 contests, 20 inside the distance, and weighing in at 7 stone 7 pound 4 ounces from Soweto, the former WBO flyweight champion of the world and challenger for the title, baby Jake Matlala. And ladies and gentlemen, across the ring into the blue corner with the blue and the white shorts, 10 wins from 11 contests, 3 inside the distance, and weighing in at 7 stone 9 pound 13 ounces. He comes in to defend his title for the 2nd time as the reigning WBO light flyweight champion of the world, from Irvine, Paul Weir.
Well, the instructions of referee Wiso Fernandez from Puerto Rico, short and sharp. This is 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Light Flyweight Championship of the World. Paul Weir of Scotland, the champion. Jacob Matlala of South Africa, the challenger. At ringside for you around the world, David Brenner and Pat Clinton. This is round 1. And Weir ain't big, but he's bigger than Matlala. Then again, most people are. And I guess the real question, Pat Clinton, is can he still be as effective as a light fly as he was as a flyweight?
In my opinion, it's only my opinion, I don't think he will be the same, as strong as he was at flyweight. At the same time, I wasn't a strong flyweight, and he put me down very successfully. He took my title. But Paul Weir is a very, very strong light flyweight, and I can't see him being as strong as Paul Weir tonight.
Paul Weir, of course, former world strawweight champion.
What I can say, I mean, just noticing in the first round here, Paul hit him on the top of the head there with the right hand. Now, the problem I had with Baby Jake is when I was throwing punches, that was all basically you can see is the top of his head. And it's like hitting a brick wall. Honestly, my hands were in so much pain after 3 or 4 rounds. It was unbelievable. And I just hope Paul's hands hold up okay. Those were the little body shots he was telling me about when I fought him. I mean, they're just painful, very painful.
Good crisp opening from the champion Paul Weir. Matlala so experienced, and I guess the impetus for Matlala has got to be, Pat, that this is his last chance. If he loses this at the age of 33, he's going nowhere.
Yes, of course. I mean, we've got to see how hungry he is here if he still wants to be a champion. He's took this fight here in Glasgow. He's come down a weight. You know he's still hungry. But if he loses tonight, there's no place to go. I mean, he must retire after this fight, because Baby Jake retired me, I knew. I mean, I made a small comeback, and I knew half-heartedly I didn't want to do it again. And Baby Jake really retired me.
Well, he lost the fly title to Alberto Jimenez in South Africa. He was unwell before that fight, but he went through with it and was criticised in some sections of the South African media. But every good run comes to an end, and it was a shame that Matlala's run came to an end in front of his home fans. Confident start by the champion. We're inside the last 20.
Good crisp punching from Paul Weir here. Nice combination punches, body to head. Nice and speedy.
Well, I'd have to give that round to the champion, Paul Weir. Good start, fast start. Paul Weir scoring with good, crisp jabs, getting in a couple of good right crosses as well. Encouraging start by the champion, Pat.
Yes, I mean, I'd be happy with that round, because at the end of the day, I mean, Baby Jake started very slowly, as he did against me as well. He does that. It takes a couple of rounds before he settles down to the task in front of him. But then again, I mean, Paul was very, very crisp, very sharp, and a good combination punches.
Finals 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
Out they come then for the second of the scheduled 12 rounder at the Kelvin Hall in Glasgow, scene of many, many famous fights over the years. And Matlala almost fighting out of the old Floyd Patterson peekaboo style, with these big forearms of his held up in front of his face. But Weir's got very good lateral movement, hasn't he, to get around this?
Yeah, he's got good feet where Paul can move from both sides. He can move left, right. He can, I mean, in and out. I mean, he's got good speed, both hands and feet. But I'm looking at Baby Jake at the moment. He's doing the exact same tactics he did against me. All he's doing is working to the body. He's trying to wear Paul down at the moment. First couple of rounds, you watch him, he just punches to the body all the time, and they're very telling punches. If you watch, 80% of Baby Jake's punches will go to the body. Right hands, left hands, then he'll switch the odd time to the head. Nice right hand from Paul.
Nice little flurry from the challenger.
Now this is what Paul doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to stand with him. That's it. Take a step back. If he comes threatening to take a wee step back and a little counter, come back with a counter.
Well, both these men can do and have gone 12. So we know there should be no stamina problem should that need arise.
What I admire about Baby Jake is when you throw punches, he's not, I mean, his head's not there. 1 minute it's there. He's very good at slipping punches. He only moves maybe 3-4 inches, and then he slipped out the way of the punch. he makes it very hard for you to hit him.
Well, we know he can be hit. We know he can be hurt. He came over to challenge the Ulsterman, David McCauley, for the IBF version of the world title, and McCauley knocked him out in 10 rounds. So it can be done. And I would suggest that was perhaps a more peak Matlala than he is now. He was certainly a lot younger.
You also got to remember, Dave Boy McCauley could punch, but in fact Clinton couldn't.
Round 3.
Third round, Weir, the champion in the blue trunks with the St Andrew's cross on the left leg. Matlala in red. And if you're wondering why the name McGurk is on the waistband, the reason for that is that the sports shop Ty McGurk Sports in Sunderland on the northeast coast of England supplies the paraphernalia for this particular title fight. He's like a little sawn-off shotgun, is Jake Matlala. Rock solid. You're amazed that he could find the weight to lose to come down from fly to light flight. Looks pretty strong, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, after a couple of rounds, it doesn't look as if the weight's a problem, and the weight is any problem. I mean, weighing in at 7 stone 7 pound, it's basically strawweight, which is below light flyweight. I can't believe he's still as strong at that weight. I mean, he's like a little powerhouse, he just doesn't stop. A little atom, they should call him.
And he's coming on well this round. Weir needs to get off those ropes, which he does.
I mean, it's lovely how he moves his heads. I mean, there was 3 jabs pulled through and never landed a punch. It's just a natural at moving his head.
Well, maybe Matlala is going to try and get this over quickly. Maybe he's worried about whether the fact that he can not only go 12, but go 12 and be strong. And he's certainly landing with these big overarm rights. Weir must be careful.
Paul doesn't really want to do this. I mean, this suits Baby Jake. I mean, Paul's smiling at the moment. I mean, he's happy with himself. But, I mean, this is suiting Baby Jake to stand close and trade punches.
Well, this is not the first South African fighter that Weir has fought for world titles. He's fought Paul Loudon and Lindy Mamani, beaten them both. So if there is such a thing as a South African style, Weir will know all about it. Mark you, if there's such a thing as a Scottish style, Matlala might know about that too. Decent round this for the challenger. We're inside the last 20 seconds now. I wonder, Pat, whether it might be in the Matlala game plan to try and get it finished. I wonder if there is a doubt that he can go 12, and as I say, go 12 and be strong.
Well, I don't really know, because, I mean, I only can go on my experience of fighting Baby Jake. He's fighting the exact same fight for me I mean, the first 3 rounds, he's working to the body, he's trying to take the win from you. I mean, he's been successful so far working to the body. Paul sharp punching as well, he's coming back with counters, so it's very even in the balance at the moment.
Yeah, wouldn't argue with that assessment. Round 4. Matlala still trying to force the pace. 33 years of age, I have to say, looks older. Having his 55th professional contest tonight. And a pro since the age of 18. There's big forearms in front of the face.
I mean, he's such a small target, Dave. There's nothing there to hit. You know what I mean? He's got these big arms. I mean, he puts them up in front of him. It covers his body and covers the bottom half of his face. I mean, there's nothing there to hit. That's better from Paul. Use your jab.
Well, Weir's only defeat has been on points against Dicky Camacho. But he doesn't want to get involved in a war with Matlala, which is what I suspect Matlala might like. Champion fighting full of confidence at the moment.
I mean, it's a great contest at the moment, Dave. It's lovely to
watch.
Good to watch,
yeah. One of these fights you half wish you were watching just as a fan at ringside, just allowing it just to sort of wash over you. Absorbing contest.
He just doesn't stop, does he? And Baby Jake keep going. I mean, this is into the 4th round, and he's still going as strong as ever from the start of the bell.
Well, this is a cracking pace, even for light flies. And I'd be very surprised if they keep this up for 12 rounds. And Matlala getting home with some good two-fisted attacks.
Yeah, Paul standing toe-to-toe with him, and Baby Jake will love this. I mean, this is his game. I mean, Paul should be moving, jabbing, 1-2s, move, countering. But Baby Jake, his strategy is working at the moment. Well, in this round anyway.
Well, Weir is not a big puncher by any stretch of the imagination. And in contrast, Matlala can whack a bit. Inside the last 20. Another decent round this for the challenger. Well, I tell you something, Pat, he's got his work cut out, Paul Weir, tonight.
Well, here we go again. And Baby Jake in close, he's working with 2 hands, left hand at the moment, putting it up the middle, right hand's over the top, disconnecting, left hand just missing. I mean, it just throws, the amount of punches he throws is unbelievable. I mean, the 4 rounds, left, right, they come from all angles, they can throw them from anywhere. It's so natural balanced, they can throw them from anywhere. I mean, that was a good round for him there. I think he's looking very confident at the moment, Dave.
Well, it's certainly Matlala in front for me at this stage. And it's very, very early days. Just 3rd distance gone. And both men taking absolute full advantage of the 1-minute break. Well, Matlala has nailed his game plan very firmly to the mast. And he has not allowed Weir to settle one little bit. Good first round from Weir, but Matlala's been coming on increasingly strong ever since. And he's caught Weir by surprise a little bit, I think. I'm not sure whether Weir expected this all-out aggression that he's getting, Pat.
Well, he should have done, because at the end of the day, I mean, I sparred with Paul for most of my rounds before I fought Baby Jake. I mean, he should have been watching the tapes on fighting me. First 3 rounds, I mean, I was counter-punching, boxing well. But as every round went on after that, he gets stronger and stronger, where I get weaker and weaker. The body shots took toll on me, and at the end of the day, I mean, he should be boxing a lot more on his toes.
Well, you just saw on your screens there the scorecard being kept at ringside by the former WBC lightweight champion of the world, Jim Watt. And I've got to say that my scorecard and Jim's scorecard absolutely coincide at the moment. 1 round to Weir, 1 round even, 2 rounds Matlala. And Pat Clinton says, me too. So there we are. The 3 experts all agree. I don't like the number of right hands that Weir is taking.
Dave, you nearly said my name.
I do, and I didn't like the number of right hands you took either.
Yeah, I don't want to take any more, Dave, actually. Thank you.
You're safe for this side of the ropes, I tell you. That's a little bit better from Weir.
Yeah. He's got to throw more leather. I think Paul's got to... He's flinging 1 and 2 single shots. He's got to fling 3, 4, 5, and then move. I mean, he can't stand there to be hit after that.
That was just a slip. That was just a slip.
Yeah, but it was a good
right hand. It was a decent right hand.
Yeah.
It was, certainly was a decent right hand. It drove him back across the ring. And the crowd are alarmed, and Weir is taking too many of these. Much, much too many.
He's complaining about his head. I think there's a cut.
Oh, Weir's got a dreadful cut on the right eye.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a wicked cut.
Yeah.
The doctor is here. Oh,
yes,
my goodness. Now, this does not look good for the champion. Now, is Wiso Fernandez saying that was a butt? Is he saying it was an accidental clash of heads? We're not. You're seeing Weir. I'm looking at the referee, Wiso Fernandez. He's coming over to a judge next to me. The downside is he's talking Spanish and I don't understand a word of it. So much for that battle plan. Do you get the impression he's deducting Matlala a point, or is he saying it was accidental, or what?
Well, I'm not really sure at the moment. I mean, I think if we could look at the replay, we would have a better idea if it was a butt or was it a punch.
Well, we'll try and have a look in the inter-round.
Yeah. No.
The doctor says it's okay to go on. The referee is waving it off. The referee has stopped it. The referee, no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't stopped it. I think it's going to be declared a no decision.
Goes to the scorecard. Yeah.
They're going to go, right, I've just had a word with the judge. They are going to judge this on the scorecards completed so far. And that very much looks as though Matlala might have it. Matlala thinks he has got it. But they are going to add up the scorecards for the completed 4 rounds.
Very, very interesting indeed. I mean, I was a trainer and I went to the WBO rules. If you were stopped with a cut eye, you were stopped. That was the rules. If you'd gone past 3 rounds.
Well, I don't know. My reading of it is that referee Wiso Fernandez has judged that an accidental clash of heads. Here's how it happened.
I mean, that was the right hand that knocked him back and he fell down.
No, that was the, no, yeah. This was the knock. Well,
so he wasn't cut
there. The knockdown that wasn't. He was okay there.
Right.
Now, this is how the cut was caused. Yeah. And right away,
left hand.
It was a clash of heads. It was accidental.
Yeah.
So referee Wiso Fernandez has deemed that an accidental clash of heads, and under WBO rules, with more than 3 rounds completed, the scorecards are tallied, and the winner on my scorecard, on Pat's scorecard, on the scorecard of Jim Watt, former world lightweight champion, who's sitting alongside us, the winner might well be Jake Matlala. The South African camp certainly appear to read it like this. Alan Hughes, our MC, is about the one man in this arena who does know, and he's going to tell us.
The referee has deemed that there was an accidental clash of heads. It has gone to the scorecards. So the scorecards, 37 to Paul Weir, 38 to baby Jake Matlala. Ladies and gentlemen, Matlala is the winner.
There you go. We have a new world champion.